Next time you're in Vegas, come to the #1 destination for the top mixed martial artists in the world, The Gun Store at 2900 East Tropicana. Find out more online at thegunstorelasvegas.com. Joining us on the show this morning is Martin Kampmann. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Fighting here in Las Vegas this coming Friday. You excited?
Oh, yeah. I love fighting here in Vegas. It means I can stay home, my own bed, and make my food in my kitchen, and don't have to sit crammed up in an airplane. I love fighting here in Vegas.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the main event. It's you and Jake Ellenberger, certainly a contender fight. How close do you feel like you are to knocking on the door and saying, you know what, I deserve another crack at Carlos Condit or George St. Pierre or however this whole situation plays out?
I feel when I beat Jake Ellenberger, I should definitely have the next shot at the title. I feel I've fought some of the best guys in world division, and I want to fight. I want to fight for that title next.
So if you want the title next, are you thinking that Carlos Condit is the way to go? And I mean, it's an interesting thought to bring up the idea of fighting Carlos Condit because you're the only one that's dealt him a loss so far in the UFC.
Yeah, I think I can understand Carlos waiting for GSP. It all depends on when GSP's ready. So if GSP's can be ready to fight soon, of course, I understand they want to unify those belts, but I'd like to fight the winner of that fight, then of course, and I'd fight both of them if I have to. I just want to go and fight for the belt.
Would you be willing to wait that long? I mean, they're saying that George St. Pierre will probably be ready to fight around November at that card up in Montreal. If him and Condit don't fight until November, then hypothetically you wouldn't get a crack at the winner of that until early next year. Would you be okay sitting on the sidelines for 7 or 8 months?
Oh, that's a long time. I don't know. It all depends. Like you just said, it all depends on when GSP is ready and when that fight happens. But of course, I like to fight. That's what I do, and I like to stay pretty busy. So I probably wouldn't wait too long. But it all depends on how the welterweight picture looks.
Well, the Ultimate Fighter live finale is happening over at the Pearl inside the Palms this Friday night right here in Las Vegas. Like we mentioned, you're fighting Jake Ellenberger at 170 pounds in the main event. Where is Jake, in your opinion, going to be most dangerous?
I think his most dangerous asset, or is he's got heavy hands, and he likes to throw bombs and put the hurt on people, But I've been punched hard before. I can take a good shot, but I'm looking to make him miss and make him pay. Pick him apart from his feet and put the hurt on him. That's what I'm looking to do. If he tries to take me down, I'll submit him.
Everyone says that your ground game is really underrated, and we've seen you in there with guys from Jake Shields that many people consider to be one of the best in the world on the ground, and you really holding your own with him and then submitting Thiago Alves in your last fight. I mean, do you feel like you'll have an advantage if this fight goes to the ground?
Oh, I definitely have an advantage. No doubt about it. I have a huge advantage fighting to the ground. The problem is Jake's a real good wrestler, so he's not easy to take down, and I feel confident in the striking department as well, but I definitely have the better submissions and the better jiu-jitsu, no doubt about it. I don't know why people keep touting me as only a striker. Most of my wins before UFC was by striking, or KO or whatever, but most of my wins in the UFC have come via submissions, and I feel I have a great grappling ground game, and I feel well-rounded in all areas of the game. But if it does hit the ground, if I get a hold of his neck or an arm, I'll submit him quick.
Were you able to catch UFC 146 this past weekend here in Vegas?
Yeah.
What did you think about the main event, Frank Mir and Junior Dos Santos?
I think Dos Santos is a badass. He's got great boxing, and he really. I like the guy too. He's a nice guy, and I think he's a great. What do you call it? Great
ambassador.
Ambassador for the sport. Exactly.
Do you think that Cain Velasquez will? I mean, he had a good performance too, obviously, in the co-main event against Bigfoot Silva. Do you think that Cain Velasquez is the biggest threat to JDS in that heavyweight belt?
Yeah, I think Cain is probably the biggest threat for Cain. Cain's got an amazing skill set himself. He's got good boxing, great wrestling to back it up. He's definitely not a guy to be underestimated.
We're kind of getting spoiled here in Las Vegas. Last weekend we had those fights. This upcoming Friday night we have your fight, and then about 4 weeks removed from that we've got UFC 148, which is also a really fun card. Chael Sonnen and Anderson Silva, main event of that one. What's your prediction if you're comfortable making one for Chael Anderson too?
That's a tough one. Joe looked real good in the first one, but Anderson, you can't. It's hard to pick against Anderson. He's won all his fights in the UFC, and he's looked awesome in almost every single fight. So it's hard to pick against him, I'd say.
All right, well, this Friday night over at the Pearl inside the Palms, Martin Kampmann is fighting main event against Jake Ellenberger. Always fun to have you fighting here in Vegas, man. And I appreciate being able to just drive down the street as opposed to having to fly around the world to watch you fight in Australia or something. So it'll be fun this Friday night, and best of luck to you against Jake Ellenberger on Friday at the Palms.
Thanks, man. Appreciate the support.